And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're still by yourself?
I was pregnant.
You know, it's nothing.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey guys, Jordan Nilsson here, host of Real Estate Pros on ListerPros TV. Today we're at Guild Mortgage in Tucson, Arizona with the one and only Candy Bowen of Tierra Antigua. Thank you so much for joining me for round 2
Yes, thank you.
on Real Estate Pros. So for those watching that don't know who you are, we'll give you a moment to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Candy Bowen. I'm with Tierra Antigua Realty. I am down in Sahuarita, Green Valley, but I cover all of Tucson. Last year I did about 15 million in sales out of 70 transaction, which is actually 40% more than my first year of sales. So that's
And
about
first
it.
year, that's when we interviewed
Right.
the first time, and I didn't even know who you were. You're like Rookie of the Year, I was like 50 deals or however many.
Yeah.
I'm like,
50
First
deals my
year?
first year.
Really?
Yeah.
so just up the ante to 15 million year 2. So right now you're probably about starting your 3rd year.
And
or-
it's insane.
Yeah?
It is insane. I have, I did 11 last month, 11 this month. I have 12 in escrow for May, and
Oh my
June is going to
gosh.
just blow it out the water. So,
So
really
what's
good.
the secret sauce? If y'all haven't seen the Candy Bowen truck driving around in Tucson,
Yeah.
and you got to check it out. So talk to us a little bit about the truck and maybe some things that are, you know, obviously you don't do that kind of volume by accident. You know, you're
Right.
obviously taking care of your clients and fostering relationships. So
Yeah.
anyways.
Okay, so one of the first time we interviewed, I talked about how I called up some of the agents that were doing good, and I was kind of like, "Hey, I'm new. I'm kind of getting a little momentum. So, would you have a minute to talk to me?" And some people did. And there was an agent in Georgia named Bubba Hunt, and he actually sold 300 homes his first year. And so
Oh
I was
my
like, "How did you
gosh.
do that?" And he was a used car salesman, but he mentioned that he had a truck, and he said, "You know, I put my face on that truck, and buy with me. Use this truck for free." So we thought of that. We planned it. We ordered the wrap, and it took us about a year to get out there. But I put it on there, and now I just take it everywhere with me. I put it on the open houses, and I drive around. I don't drive it around, actually, but it gets driven around by my clients because they're using it to move, and then people are taking pictures of it and posting it on Facebook. So it's kind of like a really big brand recognition thing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. So you drive around. They just do any transaction. You help them move, or you don't do the moving. And
I don't
stuff.
do the moving. No, it specifically and clearly says use this truck to move for free.
I won't move all your couches and TVs.
But in fact, actually, I have some guys that work at the local U-Haul, and they will, for an hourly wage, help people move. So, you know, that's kind of a secondary thing that happened with that, is that we actually have people kind of helping. But yeah, so if you buy, you sell, even if you're preparing to sell, like if you need to clear out some stuff, take some stuff to storage, take some stuff to the donation center, whatever, you can use the truck, and it's really helpful.
And with the volume of sales that you're doing right now, 11, whatever, you're going to have to buy a second truck
Right.
soon, aren't you? You did mention that they're
overlapping a little bit.
double booked. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is awesome. So what are some additional changes since the last time we've talked that maybe you've adjusted in your business, or focuses that, you know, maybe not changing focus, but I know last time we were talking, you talked a lot about open houses.
Yeah.
Has your strategy kind of stayed the same, or do you do different things now?
Yeah, I still say open houses are the way to go. Like,
Yeah.
I still do. Every time I do one, I get 3 or 4 clients, at least somebody penciled into my book that I'm going to start like a drip, or maybe even more now because my name is a little bit out there. Sellers will come in and just kind of see how I do business, and they like my energy and stuff. But you know, obviously I'm not doing 5 or 6 a week anymore because I don't have that time. Last year I was pregnant with my second son, so most
And
of
you
the
only
year,
did 15 million. So
yeah.
come on.
This year, you know, I probably do a little bit more because it was funny because literally I'm like 9 months pregnant. Like, don't worry, I won't give birth while we're looking at houses. So, but that's just the kind of drive that I have, and I think that's what it takes to do good in this business, is just the drive. You take that momentum, and I always say we're going to ride that wave, because if you jump off the wave, then you never know if you're going to get back on it again. So we just keep going with it. I have a full-time assistant now. I have a couple of people I send leads to because I can't handle the volume of the leads that I have coming in. And a lot of the work that I do, especially last year when I was pregnant, I didn't really seek out work, but my past clients, and I did such a good job for them, they're sending me leads, and of course I got to take care of those people. So that's kind of really what it's rolled into now, is more referral based. Agents from Phoenix send me work, lenders send me work. I've got go to kind of networking things where you go to like some kind of a convention, right? And you meet people and hand cards out and they hear how well I've done and things like that. And I take those referrals, and those are great because, yeah, you're giving out 25%, but you're getting somebody who's like pre-qualified and ready to go, you know? So a lot of the work is like that now. And I feel like I still do open houses. I still offer that kind of level of service to my clients. But I also have other people who help me do open houses now.
Right. So it sounds like you have a busy man, because all that you just,
I know, I'm fast.
It's a lot, like you always say, so much good content in such a short period of time. But how did obviously you've realized that you hit a max volume where I can't necessarily do all this by myself, so you have pieces in place now, assistants. So what does your scheduling look like now? Like, how do you manage your time to be able to go to these networking events, do open houses, drop off the truck or whatever else you're doing?
It's called no sleep ever. Like, never.
Is that right?
Kidding.
You're on that 3 a.m.
I
diet?
do wake up at I do wake up early in the morning to get on, because when you try to do work during the day and you have phone calls and emails and stuff coming in, you never can focus. So I wake up a little bit early at 6 a.m. and I just kind of build my day, make sure I've got all the emails, all the transactions are taken care of. And I really, this year, I'm going to focus on building more of a team. You have to start with the base, because I think that's the most important. I have to trust my assistant and all the people that I've put into place to be able to handle stuff and me step away, and then I can train the next person that's going to really take it up a level and up a level, because I think that's what we all want to do, is not work and just manage, but I love it. I love going out and working, and my husband will tell me, stop signing up for all this stuff because you don't have time. I'm like, but I like it. So we really work well together, my husband and I, as far as getting the kids covered to school. And, he really helps out with the kids. And he's even an agent now. So he can help me.
See, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, so have you convinced him
I
yet?
did, yeah. So he does showings, and he's done really good. When I was, right after I had the baby, obviously I wasn't out. So he actually did 5 deals while I was on maternity leave, just by doing the things that he's watched me do. He's heard me on the phone and things like that. So I think that's how eventually next year, once the babies are both in daycare, we're going to be the deadly duo.
You're going to rebrand the Bowen team?
No, he doesn't want to rebrand. He's like the face on the truck is the face. So
I don't want to be the.
But we'll be able to even pump up the volume even more.
That's awesome. So do you guys talk about anything other than real estate now that you both are in real estate?
Well, my husband owns a semi-truck company.
Oh, okay.
So he runs that at home too. So that's how he's able to help take care of the kids so much, because he runs a semi-truck company. And then he really just wants to be there to support me. And he's been so supportive to me that it's allowed me to really grow and become, as successful as I've become.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I know how much, I have 4 kids, and I know how much, having that support person there really helps.
Because you know that your kids are taken care of. You're not sitting there is the nanny or is the daycare or whatever. So it's really important to have that, especially the first year, I think.
Yeah. So what are you forecasting for this year?
It's so hard to forecast for this year, because last year I was pregnant. I was actually on bed rest for a long time last year. Yeah, because I had a complicated pregnancy, and that's the most important, right? The baby's health. Sure. This year it's just I can't even. I'm scared to even look at my phone after this interview, to be honest with you. But it's just crazy. So my first 2 months, January and February, I looked at my things. I was like, oh man, I only did 4 deals each month. And then my husband's like, you had a baby in October. Yeah. Give yourself a break. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do more than 85 this year. Yeah. So keep that trend up, but consistent growth. And man, that's phenomenal results. Probably some of the best I've ever seen from a brand new agent getting into year 2. And it's phenomenal. So any other tips or help for new agents that are just getting into the business after year 2? Okay, so I guess just be ready to get busy. If you really, really want to do good in this business, you're going to give up a lot, your time, your family time, and you just have to understand that while you're growing that business, and I think that's the first 3 to 5 years of growing a business, you're going to have to sacrifice so you can build that base. And then after that, you're going to be able to have more time for yourself, for your family, but in the meantime, just hustle, because the biggest thing of it is people want you to answer the phone. They want you to go show them one house every day for a week. You know, that's what they want you to do, because when you're thinking about when you get a service, you're not really thinking about that person's life and what they're doing. You're just thinking about your life and what you want. So you have to put yourself in your client's shoe, and I think that's the most important way to be able to keep people happy and keep people referring you business. And, you know, maybe give up a little bit for yourself, but then you're going to make your future so bright and for your family, you know.
And it shows in the results, you know, as you put your clients first and really make sure that they're all taken care of, and take pride in that, and sacrificing your time and the things that you're doing to make sure that that's successful. Obviously, they're referring more clients. It's just kind of snowballing.
I have one thing to say, because it's about you guys, in fact. Yeah, so I use ListerPros for my pictures, my video, my aerial, my 3D Matterport, and actually they put together this little compilation for me of the services that I provide to my clients that I send with my listing appointment email. So I'm like, hi, I'm looking forward to meeting you. This is my deals, and you know, your little spiel that you give, and then there's a little link to the video. Please take a second to take a look at some of my marketing that I like to do. Boom, you send that over to them. When you show up, they're already sold, so they're already like, wow, this is really amazing. And I think just using quality products. I'm not a photographer. I've never gone to school for it. I talked to some of the guys who take pictures for me, and they have their bachelor's degree in photography or whatever, and the results are amazing. It's worth spending the money. Your clients are going to like it. And then when your days on market are low because you have really good product and you're giving a good service, people are going to keep contacting you, and that's another thing that will grow you, not just as a buyer's agent, but as a listing agent as well. So as you grow from buyer's agent, I think that's the natural progression. Buyer, mix, more listings. You know, I think that's how we like to grow, and I know that using your services have really helped me do that.
Yeah, well, we appreciate being involved in the process and seeing your business grow and be able to, obviously, your business growth is mostly because of you, but we support in the ways that we can. So awesome. Well, if somebody watching this is interested in reaching out to you and looking to hire, you know, have you represent them as a buyer or seller, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, just look for the big yellow truck. It's a 15-foot box.
You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. No, it's so my phone number is 520-488-4940. You can find me on Facebook, Candy Bowen. You'll see my face, and then my email is candybowenrealtor@gmail.com. I respond to any of those. Everything's right there on my phone, so I'm pretty quick about it too.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna have to have you in again,
all right,
Candy. But always a pleasure.
Year.
Thanks for coming in. We will see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks.